Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. Today we're going to start working on the pages for the inside of this scrapbook album. Okay, so the last video we did these cool covers with the craft plastic front cover and we added the binding. So I will put that video, I will link it up here and I will link it in the description box below this video if you want to start there. There is also a very specific playlist just for this album. We are using the Gingham Gardens by My Mind's Eye. So there's a very specific playlist. It's called the Gingham Garden, and it's the Basically Amazing size B printable scrapbook album, and I will link that up here and down below. So it starts with an introduction to the set of templates, and then there is a flip through of all of the prototypes that I made before I even released the templates, and then the cover video, and then this video. And it'll go step by step through the end of the album. These templates are available in my Etsy shop, and I will have them specifically linked down below. We are using the background designs of patchwork, and we are also using buffalo check. So you don't have to have both of those. They're two different purchases. It's the same set of templates, they just have a background design on them. But it is not a physical item. It is a download template. So you download the PDFs, you print them out, and you make a workbook. And this is what my workbook looks like. I've already got some things prepped. So if you want to learn how I made my workbook, I also have a playlist specifically for all of my workbooks. I did not make this one in video, but the last one I made this one the exact same way as the last one in that list. So I will link that playlist up here and in the description box. So we're going to start, I'm not sure if I want to go in order or if I just want to make the page and go from there. I don't know, but I've already got it planned out. So let's just say this is the first page, and I'm going to move this aside because of the glare. So I've already prepped, I printed and prepped a lot because there's a lot of pages, and currently we're in the middle of that pandemic, and well, not in the middle, it's actually kind of the beginning where kids are out of school. So today's Friday. What is today? Today is Friday the 20th. So I don't know when you're going to see this video, but I don't have a whole lot of time that I can film because it gets noisy in the house. So currently my son is sleeping. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that. So what you're going to need from the templates to start off. So this is the B size album. There's 4 sizes. There's A, B, C, and D. A is the largest, D is the smallest. So this is B. So this is the next size down from the largest. So what you're going to need is page 8B, which is the main base page for this size album, and it looks like this. It doesn't have any writing on it. This is the mat for that page, but this is the guidebook page, but this is the plain set of template page. So I've been getting some questions about that recently. So you don't, the guide doesn't print on everything. So you get a set of plain templates, you get the guide templates, and then you also get the background design templates. The plain and the guide are a free bonus for me. They are not available separately. The background designs are not available separately. But anyway, so you're going to need one of 8B, which is this one. And then you're going to need one of 9C, which is actually the main base page for the C size album. And let me show you just really quick before I move on. So the 8B, I printed an additional one because I wanted you to see what it looked like. So all I did is, actually I did it this way. I trimmed it out because this is going to get attached to the fin, and I don't need these 3 tabs, okay? So I cut this off, and I cut all 3 tabs all the way around, left one long tab. So you want the full tab. So my printer sometimes doesn't print it correctly on one side, or it comes in crooked. I don't know why it does it, but it does it every now and then. So you want to make sure you have a full tab for 8B. So this is what 8B will look like when you're done. I've already trimmed it, I've scored it, I've even inked it. Not on this side because it already has the distressed edges, but I inked it on this side and even put tape. So I've already prepped it that much. So I'm gonna, actually I think I'm gonna leave that one in there just because I'm sure I'm probably gonna need one. And then 9C, I did the exact same thing. I cut all 3 of these, actually it's probably this way. Yeah, I would probably, yeah, it's probably this way. So I left this tab on and then cut those 3 tabs off. So that's 9C. And then 10D, oops, I'm going to go ahead and leave my clips there because I'm going to need the mats in a little bit. So 10D, it looks like this. This is actually how I ended up trimming it out. It looks like this. So I cut this long tab off, and then I separated, this is the main base page for the D size album. I separated that, leaving one long tab on, right? So I cut the 2 small tabs off and just left one long one. I needed a full tab. And then on this part here, which is a pocket or a belly band or a flip or whatever you want it to be, I left the 3 tabs on that were left. And then I taped them up and mitered the corners. You see how I cut the corner off? And then one more, page 23A. Now this is actually the doors for the largest size album, so you would attach these on and they open up, or they could be pockets or whatever, but they fit perfectly on the A size album page. But I'm going to use it one as a pocket, and I think I'm going to prep them both as pockets so that I have them ready to go. So that's what we're going to need for right now. So I've already scored these. I actually scored it all together. Can you see that? You see the line? So I scored all the way around. So I scored both long tabs, and then I scored this tab and this tab. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep it by putting tape all the way around, and then we're going to cut it apart. It just makes it easier, I think. So this is 3/8 inch score tape. I don't think it'll fit. Oh, yeah, it will. So I'm just going to run this tape all the way around. Oops, maybe it's a little too big for that edge. This 3/8 inch score tape is linked in the Amazon list. There's an Amazon list just for this project as well. I do that for all of my projects. That way everything is in, well, as best I can, or the equivalent of, is in one spot for you guys. Alright, so then I'm going to burnish this down really quick before I do anything else. Alright, next step, I'm going to miter these corners. I'm just going to go straight across there and just cut those corners off. Right, and then I'm going to get the paper trimmer out and I'm going to cut them apart. First though, I'm going to cut this excess paper off on this end. There's no need for it. This is a Fiskars Precision heavy duty paper trimmer, one of my faves. Alright, so then I'm going to split it apart, following that line there. And we now have 2 pockets. So I'm going to set one aside. Actually, I better put what page number that is. And believe it or not, I've already forgotten the page number. That is 23A. So on the back side, I'm going to put 23A. Just so that I can remember. Alright. So I'm going to put one of these in my workstation so I have that available for future use. And then this other one, let's just go ahead and prep it. So this is going to be a pocket. Oops. My tab on this end is overlapping just slightly, so I'm going to trim that down just a little bit more. There we go. Just to try to cut down on the bulk. Okay, so then the ink we're using is Distress Oxide and Walnut Stain. That is the, so I like to, when you're doing a pocket, just in case you happen to see this part, I like to ink the inside of the pocket. And then I'm going to go around and make sure that there isn't any like raw white edges anywhere. And we're good. So I've already inked everything up. Let's start assembling the bits and pieces. Let's start with, so the 23A piece is going to be a pocket. So this is the main base page for the B-size album. So we're going to put a pocket right here towards the spine area. So this is going to be attached to the fins on the spine. Also, you guys, last video, remember I was frustrated this wasn't working well. My husband fixed it, but let me tell you what, I thought I broke it, and I might have started it, but then he used it for something else, and he made it worse. So now we know what happened. So, but anyway, he did fix it. I don't know how he fixed it, but now the point is back. So this is a sticky piercer. I just took the long bit off. And I'm going to come up a little bit from that score mark, from that line there, because I don't want to go over it. Because again, this is going to be attached down to the binding, the fins on the binding, and then I'm going to remove the backing on the two sides. And then you want to burnish that down really good. Plus it helps flatten the cardstock a little bit more. Speaking of cardstock, this is white cardstock. I have it linked in my Amazon. This one is 80 pound. This is Hammermill white cardstock. I really like it. It's not too thick. It's not too stiff. I enjoy this weight of cardstock, but you can also use 110 pound cardstock from Staples. I've used that. You could use Recollections cardstock, white cardstock. The thing is, you just need to test it on your printer. If your printer won't print on it, then you'll have to trace everything out, and that's not fun. To trace everything, you know what I mean? You want to be able to print. Okay, so then this is the main base page for the C-size album, and I've got tape on one side, and I think I'm going to miter just a bit on these corners here, maybe. And I'm just going to get that little bit of an edge because I think you're going to see it. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. But I think I'm going to put it, so this is the front of the page. So I think I'm going to put it on the back of the page, like so. Yep. So it's going to be a big flap like this. Let me take the tape backing off of here. And I'm going to lay the page onto the flap, and I'm going to come, again, I'm going to come away from the score mark on the flap page. Just going to gently fold it down, and it is almost perfect. Slightly crooked. That's okay. So now we have a flip, a pocket, just like that. And then this page is going to get attached here. So this long tab is going to get attached to this long tab. Just as simple as that. I'm going to match it up best I can. And that looks right. I'm going to burnish that down. Flip that open. Whoops. Burnish that down. Then I'm going to flip this to the very back, and I'm going to take, well actually, let's just do it like this. I'm going to take that entire 2 tabs that were joined together there and burnish them so that they're just a little bit more flexible. So we've got this flip, this pocket. Just like that. And now that I'm looking, I need to ink this edge of that really quick, as you'll see that, because I don't think I'm going to put anything else on top of that tab. Alright, so then the last thing is we're going to put a pocket right here, like this. Okay, so I'm going to take the long tab tape backing off. Look at how much extra. I accidentally grabbed the wrong tape. Well, I thought this was doing better. It might be too pointy now. Okay, and so again, I'm going to come up from that score mark. You don't want to get in the way of the function of the page. Burnish that down, and then we're going to take the backing off of the tape. Oops, on the 2 ends, and press it down. All right, so let's go ahead and start matting some of it. I don't know how far we're going to get. I don't want this video to get too long, but I would like to get it kind of basically matted. We'll see. So what I've done is I'm going to start with this top page, this top pocket flip, and that is the main base page D with the pocket. So the mats for this main base page D is on 57D. So here's what it looks like when you print it with the patchwork background on it. So this is the mat for this page, okay? So we're going to be using this, and then I also printed onto the actual pattern paper. So let me show you. Let me see if I can, let me see if I can fit this back together. Oop, I might have nailed it straight away. Wouldn't that be something? That doesn't look right. Aha. Nope, that doesn't look right. I thought I had it. Maybe one more turn. There we go. So here's the 12 by 12 cardstock. Okay. So the first thing I did is I determined if there's a pattern in any way. Does it need to be up or down? It doesn't really matter. So I just decided to cut it down to 8.5 by 11. Or sorry, 8.5. So this is the large cutoff piece. And then I cut it to 11, and that is the small cutoff piece. Okay, so my intention was, I don't know if I've ever said this, I don't know if I've pointed this out before. We haven't made the A album, so probably not. The doors for the A album are perfect to be matted by the large cutoff pieces. So that is why I went ahead and added this pocket, because we can use this. Like look at the back of that. Isn't that pretty? So we're going to use this to mat that pocket as well. But for now, I'm going to put my large cutoff piece and my small cutoff piece in my Scrapbook Keeper. What's this called? My Scrapbook Keeper holder, sheet protector. I don't know. Because there are several templates that are in this Basically Amazing set of templates that can be matted with these pieces. But I am going to be using this in this setup. But I just wanted you to see that I am still doing this. I love keeping them separate for that reason. Okay, so now I'm going to use this piece here, and this piece is going to go on the back here. And then this piece is going to mat this piece. And I don't know if what I'm going to do with this piece yet. So I am going to cut all of these out, and I'm going to ink them up and be right back. Alright, So I've got all my pieces cut. I'm not going to be using this piece, but I did write on the back that it was 57D. So I'm going to put this over here at my workstation. And then I also wanted to point out that I am keeping all of my little strips. I don't know if that one will fit. Oh, it does. I might be stamping on these in the future, or maybe even this video, you never know. And I'm going to even keep the little white pieces. So I'm going to keep them in one of my crafty trays in my workstation. And then I'm going to keep those separate, I believe. And then the ones that are too long, I'm going to keep them together with a clip. Except for, let's see. No, I think I'll put those. No, I'm going to keep these separate. No, I'm going to keep them separate because, you know, I don't want to be wasting my paper. So I'm just going to put these in my crafty companion so I have them and I can see them. I can see what I'm doing. So here's my thoughts. This is going to go here. I don't know. Does that look like it's upside down? Kind of, no. That'll go there. This will go inside this pocket here. Like that. And then on the back side here, this will go here. But before we start taping things down, I have a couple ideas that I need to do before I add these mats. I think I could probably add these two mats. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, I think. This is the Advanced Tape Glider. I've been using this and loving this a lot. I get my refill tape from a different source. I'll have that link down below. It's a Tape Depot, but I have the exact tape for these pink tape runners, and they're really good. They're really a good. They're fast. Their shipping is fast. Their price is good. So check it out. Or you can just use liquid glue. That's okay too. You do not have to use tape runner. You can use Fabri-Tac. You can use art glitter glue. Whatever you want to do. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and tape this one down as well. So I'm just going around the edges. For me, this is faster and it works. This tape is really, really nice. I like it. And it's a good price point, I think. So, let's see. Let's put it in this way. It doesn't really matter. But I want to make sure that it's straight and even. See, it looks nice already. Alright, so I want to put a magnet. So these are tin caps. They're not actually tin. Let me grab the box. This is what they, oops, there's a magnet. This is what the box looks like. They are for roofing. They are not magnetized themselves, but the magnets do stick to them, and they are quite large. You can cut them in half, do whatever. These were in my mom's stuff when I was going through her stuff. But they are a magnet saver. But the only problem is I don't know if they're going to still keep making them. So I'm going to try to, I want to put a tin cap on this page here, and then a magnet on this page, and then maybe a magnet on this page underneath. So I think I'm going to add the tin cap first, and then I'm just going to tape it down. And you probably don't even need the whole thing. And then I also have a link for these magnets down below. These are from K&J Magnets, I think. I think that's the name of the company. They're quick, but I will link these exact magnets down below for you guys, so there isn't any confusion. So I'm putting a little bit of tape on the back side there. Just a teeny little bit. We'll take that backing off. And fold that over. Yeah. And so then if I wanted to, I could have a magnet attaching down to there. But I'm going to hold off for now because I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be doing under there exactly. Okay. So now that we have that, so because I think I'm going to have a heavy insert in here. I don't know. Again, I haven't planned this whole thing out just yet. So before I attach this piece down, I had some ideas. Okay, so out of the Basically Amazing add-on photo mats, I am going to use, I'll have these linked down below. They are in addition to the Basically Amazing foundations. So these are just a bunch of photo mats with photo corners on them already, right? So they have a black mat and then some photo corners. So I printed off page 13D. This is just the plain, and this is for a 3x4 photo. So this is page 13D, and it's on the white cardstock, the same white cardstock. And then I also printed off page 15 in the patchwork. You see how that kind of looks like a Polaroid, right? So this is page 15. So these have the little brown photo corners. There is a set that has like the patina color. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on camera, but I chose the brown for this. The patina was just a little bit off from the greenish color. So I want to use some of those on here. And then I'll also, from the printable vintage envelopes and inserts, I'm going to use, I know I'm definitely using set 1. We used that set 1 when we did the size B, or I'm sorry, the size C album, the Darcel. We used the set number 1. So if you followed along, then you already have those. So I printed off page 15C. I want to use this little square envelope here. So I just printed this onto regular copy paper. And then these are some of the, what are these called? Enamel dots from the collection. I thought we could use that on those as well. So I'm definitely going to be using set 1, but I was also thinking I want to use set 2 as well. All 3 sets would go perfectly with this paper collection, but for now, I know we're going to be using set 1. All right, so I think I'm also going to be using a paper clip, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. Let me just move those out of the way for a second. So I was thinking I would use these photo mats on this page. Super cute. And then I would use one of these on this photo mat. So we can actually put a photo here, and then here we can put a photo there if we want to, or we can just do some, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. So I think I'm going to take a minute, I'm going to cut all of these out, and then I'm going to cut this envelope out and its insert. Even though the inserts are just on paper, I think it'll be fine. So I'm going to cut these out, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I've got all of these cut out, everything's cut out, but I did want to point out I am using a different black for the edges of the photo mats because I don't know why, I just like the look of it better. It's a little bit more of a warm look. I mean, I don't know if you can really tell, probably can't, but I just get that white edge all the way around. Where the other one is archival, sorry, I just ran upstairs. The other one is archival, and it's almost a cooler black, where this is more of a warm black. So anyway, so I got all the edges inked up for those. And then I've got all of these inked up. Well, I didn't ink up the back, but so that's what that envelope looks like. So I think I'm going to attach this down really fast. And I am going to use art glitter glue, even though it will probably show through, because this is literally just copy paper. Maybe, maybe not. So I think I'm going to just add a teeny bit. And then I'm going to spread it a little bit, and hopefully it won't show through too bad. So I just put it on one side, and then this bottom flap there like that, and then the top I'm leaving open. Okay. So my thought was, let me bring this over here. I thought I would have this here, And then one of these here. Like this. This was my thoughts. But I didn't want to glue this down. I wanted this to be removable. So I'm thinking that I'm going to use a paper clip. So I'm going to hold this down exactly where I want it. I'm going to mark the top here a little bit to the side. Right? I'll hold it up. Just with my pencil. You see that little mark right there? I'm going to get my cutting mat and I'm going to make a slice right at that pencil line. Not a big slice. And where'd my paper clip go? So these are these little tiny paper clips. These are Tim Holtz. Sometimes I have the packaging, sometimes I don't. Nope, I don't. So these are just tiny paper clips, but I don't have the packaging. Oh, I'm glad I saw these. I'm going to show you another trick here in a minute. At least I think that's the correct size. That is not the correct size. Okay. So if I come across the packaging for the little mini paper clips, I will let you know. So what I was thinking was I would put this paper clip through that slit, like so. Let me erase my pencil mark. So then I could have this sticking under there like that, and it's removable, right? Does that make sense? Okay, I think it does. So I'm going to flip it over to the back side, and I need to secure that down. So I'm going to use some tape, I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'll use... I really wanted to make sure it's stuck down. No, I'm not going to use some tape. Let's use... I'm just going to use a big piece of this tape. Matter of fact, let's just stick it down like this. I'm going to use my special little tool that Pat made me. Burnish that down. And then that should definitely, maybe we'll put a little bit of liquid glue when we go to stick it down. So that will definitely work. Right? So I like that idea. So the paper clip doesn't come out. Just that is removable. So let's remove that tape, and then we can add some glue. Or add some tape and then some glue. Thought I wasn't recording there for a second. And just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac around this part here. Maybe a little bit up here. Because it's really good for like when you have like dimensional items, like thick items. It's really good about helping you keep that in place. So let's put this on. Oh, that's the magnet. I was like, what is that? Erase, very good. So it's like a little magical paper clip that's in there. Right? All right, so then I want to put this here. But first I'm going to stamp it. So these are, in case you haven't been following along with all the other albums, these are worn text. I just used the numbers and we're using them as stamps to signify what goes where, like what size goes where. Let me remove the 5 and the 7 and get the 3 and the 4. if you're using a 3x4. Now, I had another thought. I have a whole video. I guess I'll put this in the playlist too, the video for the add-on photo mats. I'll put that in the playlist too, because I'll show you different ways to do the photo corners, because the actual, I'll show you in just a second. So I'm just going to stamp this right in the middle here, like that. No big deal. But this is a We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper, and it has the photo corner to where if you take a piece of paper, let me grab a scrap. So if you take a piece of paper, it cuts it like that so that it'll fit perfectly. I'm not sure if that's what their purpose was, but I think it was to make it look like there's photo corners, but it works perfectly for photo corners. I mean, seriously, but they aren't making them right now. Now, I know some of you are getting them from other countries. They're releasing them, but I think it's just because they had them. They still had them. I don't think We Are Memory Keepers is making them, like physically making them currently. I wish they would, but if you don't have one of these, then there's other options. So in this video for these photo mats, I talk about those other options. But I was also just thinking just then of something else you could do if you were giving this as a gift. And you, like, all right, hang on. Let me get the stuff together, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So another thing you could do, so these are the We Are Memory Keepers, these are the angle punch. This is a new, it's got a large angle and a small angle. And I think I've already got a piece chomped. So this is the small, this is the large. So you could also then, if you wanted to, you could give someone this punch, which is currently available. And they can chomp their 3x4 photos, and it can either look like this, or it could look like that. So it still kind of gives you the effect of, you know, of a photo corner. Or if you don't want to do that, but you still want to give someone a template, this is some of that craft plastic. Remember, it was just in my workstation. I'm sure it's for something else, and I'm getting ready to mess it up, but I am just going to make this a 3x4. I'm going to make it 3x4 here in just a second. You probably can't see it. So I'm just going to cut it down really fast. This is just a craft knife. And I'm going to turn it. So I cut it down to 3. And now I'm going to cut it down to 4. So it looks like it was a 4x5. Well, not quite. Not sure what it was for, but there it is, all the same. So now I've got a 3x4. It'll fit right in there like that. And I know you can't tell unless I show you the glare, okay? So then you could, if you wanted to, you could then chomp this. For them. Oh, just had stuff fly out. And then they could then use this as a traceable template. Here, I found a photo. Here's a photo. So then you can then give them this template, and they could lay it on their photo. Like so. And then they could trace it out. Right, trace it out, then they cut it out just with regular scissors. And we've done this before where we've used these craft plastic traceable templates. in the Wonderlist, I believe. Right, so there we've got the same situation as if you were cutting the corners with the corner chomper. So then you would just add your photo to the photo mat. And it still looks like there are cool photo corners on the page, okay? You could still obviously use actual photo corners. Putting that out there as well. So anyway, this is a great idea to use. This is my son. This was a long time ago. This is about 7 years ago. And his wife, right there, at the time it was his girlfriend. Aren't they cute? I just ran across this picture the other day. I thought, aw. All right. So I'm going to put those aside. Anyway, just a thought, just an idea. So now I'm going to attach this down. If you didn't want to buy them a photo punch, like a corner punch like that, you could just give them a traceable template, which obviously it is a little bit more financially cheaper, right? I think I got that on there crooked, but I don't care. So there we got that, right? So it opens like this, boop, boop. All right, I wanted to add, I was thinking about adding, this is the My Mind's Eye enamel dots for this collection. Actually, I am going to attach these. Well, I'm going to put a piece of tape on the top so that I can attach these on the outside of the package. So I wanted to maybe put one of these dots on here as like a button, like it looks like a button closure or something, but I'm not sure which color I want to go with. I kind of like the black because it goes with the black, you know? But I also kind of like the blue. And then I could also, too, if I wanted to, I could add some washi tape. Oh! I did take a minute to put washi tape on something white so you could see what it looked like. So that's what it looks like on white paper, the different washi tapes. So this isn't white paper, but it might be fun to add color to this envelope this away. Or maybe not. But I did want to show you guys that I did that because I think that's a really good idea. And of course I've got all these embellishments. Let's go ahead and get the embellishment drawer out. So these are the 67 piece mixed bag of embellishments. These are just like cardstock embellishments. And I'll probably have to have 2 different little crafty trays of these so that I can sort through a little bit easier. Oh, look at that little heart. That's so cute. That's a cute idea, actually, the little heart. Maybe we won't use the enamel dot. I thought the enamel dot was a really cute idea. Oh, it's the same pattern as this paper, so we're not going to use the heart. That's okay. Whoa. Super cute idea all the same. And that's another idea. We could just get a heart punch and use that with our pattern paper. Okay, so maybe I need to take a minute and look through all of these. Let's go ahead and put those back. Still an option. Oh, we've also got the sticker sheet. I'm gonna go ahead and take that out of the paper here. Or out of the plastic, not the paper. So the sticker sheet came in the collection pack. Just in case you were wondering. You can also get it separate. Got a sticker sheet, and then we also have the chipboard embellishments. I don't think I'll put a chipboard piece on there, but I wanted to get it out really quick. Since we're grabbing our embellishments, what's on the back? Is that just a... Is that a oh, there, I see how they did it. Okay, alrighty. So then we also have these. I don't think I'll use these. These are probably, well, I don't know. No. Okay, but I've got them out, so they're there for when I need them. And the journaling cards. I won't need those right now. Back to the enamel dots. What if I use one of these black ones? Yeah, I'll use one of these black ones. Why not? It looks like it's a button. Okay, next up, let's do the match for here and here. Or at least get them prepped. So we know we're going to be using the large cutoff piece. We're going to be using that side. So I'm going to grab my templates. This is the mat for that page. So this is 70A. Oh, it's really stuck down. I didn't do a good job of de-sticking my stuff when I made this book. It was really bad. See, I ripped my paper all up. Because I normally take it, and I think I was in just such a hurry. So I'm going to lay this on here, and you see it's exactly the same. And I just really need it for the height. But if you didn't have a large cutoff piece, you can just trace it around. And any of your pattern paper, or solid paper, or whatever. I'm going to take this piece, because again, it's the same width. I'm going to put that in here, because you never know, we might need it. So this will go here. So it's going to look like that. It looks super cool. So the next thing I need is the mat for that page. And that should be, not that page, this page. Is it C? Yes. So the mat for the C page. All right. So for this, I'm going to use the shades of color. This is the shades of color. We use this a lot. It's available in my Etsy shop. This is what the thumbnail looks like. I'll have it linked down below. But I'm going to use number 22, and it's kind of like this greenish color. And I'm going to use that to mat this page, I think. So I'm going to lay this on here. I'm going to trace this out. I'm going to cut it out, and I'm going to ink both of these pieces up that I've traced so far. I did some prepping. I'm not quite sure where I left off, actually, honestly. So I'm just going to talk you through everything I've done. First, I'm going to put the inserts that belong in the envelope. I'm going to go ahead and put them in there. I thought about maybe putting that one on the back side there, but which would be super cute, or put a sticker on the back side there. But for now, I need to be careful, because as I was prepping for the rest of this, I realized that I'm kind of limited on pretty patterns and decorations and things. So we're going to do a little bit of decorating and a little bit of embellishing now, and then I think we're going to have to come back through and really go all out. So we've already cut that. I haven't attached that down yet. And we already cut the mat for this page, main base page C, and then I went ahead and cut another one to go on the back side here. I'm not a big fan of this pattern, but again, in the paper collection, there's a lot of patterns, lots of patterns. So there's not a whole lot of like florals and things. So we're gonna have to like try to compensate. And then for this page, I am gonna go ahead and mat the whole inside of that pocket, and that is the mat for the main base page B, which is 55B. So I cut that out of coffee stained paper, and I'm gonna line the pocket with that. So we're gonna start there first, I think. Me lining this pocket. The first thing I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna start with taking the tape. And which edge am I? This edge here. I didn't ink the whole thing. So I'm gonna put tape on these edges and a little bit down the sides, but I'm not going to put tape on the bottom. So I'm just going to come down just a little bit. This will make it easier to get in the pocket to attach it down. I just want to cover up the tab down here, so when I do slide things in and out, it won't get in the way. Go ahead and remove the paper, the paper backing. Yeah, it's my son's up and he's doing homework. They're doing the online learning. It's actually gotten pretty hot in here. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I had the lights on all morning. Anyway, so if you hear random noises, it's the baby. Oh, no, don't. No, don't. Come on, let go. Instead of talking, I should have been paying attention to what I was doing. I think I'm making it worse. Okay. Because I wasn't paying attention, I should have used my glue stick. I know better. So I'm going to use Undo, which is just, it helps unstick things. And it does work. It just takes a minute to dry. Look, I'm making a mess. Okay, so that's going to take a minute to dry. So I'm going to move this to the side. And these, because I got these all messed up. So I was going to, I'm not going to attach this down yet, but I was going to do this. I put these two, I think this is, I don't know, is this where I don't know. I was going to add these two here. But I think I want to make sure that it matches up with this one, because they're going to be side by side, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these down. What is that? Why is that cord dangling over there? Okay, let's hold that into position. The reason I don't want to attach this down yet is I don't know if I need to put a magnet under here or not. So I'm kind of holding off just ever so slightly. Okay, so then this one, I need to make sure there's kind of even on the bottom as well, the same amount of space. Right, that looks good. Looks good like that. Okay, then we're not going to touch that down just yet, but this page. Okay, so I've already got this cut, inked up, ready to go. So then I was looking through the journaling cards. So I kept the part that I cut off just so that I could show you. This was a journaling card, and I just fussy cut the image part out, so I don't need this, and I inked it up. So I was thinking about adding this here, because when you close this, it just kind of looks kind of bland, right? So I was thinking about putting that somewhere around here and cutting off the edge, even with the photo map, and then adding a photo. So this is page 7BD in the add-on photo mats, right? So then I was thinking about putting that there. Something like that. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I went ahead obviously and printed it out, cut it out, inked up the edges, and stamped the 4x6 on there. This is what it looks like before any stamping takes place. But I did two because I think I'm gonna put one on the back side. So I think I'm gonna put one here. This is going on the back side of here. So I guess we can do both at the same time. So then I've got that. So I was thinking about doing this, right? And so then I found this in the embellishments. It says family, but there was a lot of white, so I went ahead and cut that part off as well. You can kind of tell that it came from there, or however it was that I had it on there, or that it was on there. And I was thinking about just simply adding this underneath this 4x6 photo. Just as simple as that. So I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna commit to these two things and go from there. So I'm gonna add this photo. So you could do the same thing with the acetate, the craft plastic, whatever you want to call it. You can do the same thing, make a 4x6 with the angled corners. I don't know how I got that one so good. If you're giving this as a gift for someone, and for this I'm going to use art glitter, art glitter glue. Make sure it's working. It is. Just because it's so tiny. And should we have it, no, let's just have it like right like this. That is so cute. Sometimes simple is better, you know? I think I'm gonna need that here in a second. Right, like that. I like that a lot. And then let's do this one. I think I'll add the photo, except I was thinking about just adding or attaching it down to from the sides, and that way we could slip something behind it. So I'm just going to attach down to the sides like this. And then this, I'm just going to attach it to where you could slip a photo behind there. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just attach it here. I might have to add more glue, but alright, so now I'm going to just trim this edge off. And I'm going to ink that up just a little. It's really not enough to bring it over to the other side. Just kind of looks silly. Then, if we wanted to, we could slip like a long note or a long envelope underneath there, right? I like it. I like it a lot. So we can go ahead and attach this one down. See, that's cute. I like it. So, oh, bang. I'm going to use my tape runner. And I'm going to remove the backing off of this here. And we're going to attach it down. Oh. love it. That looks so cute. And then let's attach this one down here. I keep hitting my candle. That's what I'm hitting. Good grief. You didn't want it. Oop. Okay, I just ran out of tape. Long time ago, somebody made me that cover for my ATG. I don't know if they still make them or not. But if you're still watching, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Okay, so there's a link down below also for this tape refill. I'm pretty sure I said that already. Go. Looks like there's a little bit sticking up right here. All right, it's still not dry. At least that's not dry. This is probably okay. So, because of that, I'm going to use the glue stick trick. Just going to run a little bit of glue stick along that sticky. That was just a cheapy cheap. So in this instance, you may want to just use liquid glue. So that you don't have this problem. There we go. I was just testing my magnet out here. I think I will add another magnet here just to see if it's going to help any, because I added many layers. Yeah, that holds way better. Okay. Oh, I said that. Whoops. Let's see. Yeah, way better. I can feel it. You can't feel it. You can't feel it because you're looking at it through the TV screen, but I can feel it. All right. So now I'm just going to attach this down. There we go, just like that. So we need an insert for here and we need an insert for there. So there we go. That is the beginnings of page number 1. So I guess in the next video we will do some cool inserts for here and here. Okay, you guys, that's all I'm going to do for now. Let's see what it looks like. I just lied. Let's see what it looks like if it's in the cover. So we're going to have to make some fun inserts so it doesn't look so much like the other album because of the layers. But it looks pretty cool that you can see through the front cover. Of course, we're going to do some stuff on the front cover as well. But for now, yeah. Okay, you guys, do let me know what you think. Leave me a comment down there. It's way down past the suggested videos, the comment section. So be sure to let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notifications. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.